Scots are still living in homes with flammable cladding nearly 4 years after the Grenfell Tower fire in London, which killed 72 people. 30 blocks in Scotland are still wrapped in the same material. Some residents have told STV News they live in daily fear of a fire and being trapped in their homes. They can't move out and are unable to sell due to the building defects and can't afford repairs to make them safer. Brandon Cook has this special report.
I wanted to live by a river, right? Obviously you can't get to do it in London by the Thames River, so this was the perfect spot to live in.
Avijit and his young family moved north 2 years ago. Glasgow was a new start after his previous London home was deemed a cladding risk. But just months into his new life, he was facing the same problems once again.
So it was like a dream home, right? I wanted to get on the property ladder just like everyone else. But little did I realize that I was not actually buying a home, I was actually buying a death trap. And here I am stuck again in this crisis.
Knowing what you know now, would you consider moving?
Who wouldn't want to stay here? But with this constant fear and this constant anxiety that I find myself in, I would sell it off at the next available opportunity. But while I'm saying this, I can't sell my flat. I seem to be trapped in this because the mortgage lenders are not going to let me out of this. I do feel like a prisoner.
Since July 2019, my life has been on hold.
Catherine wants to sell her flat and move closer to her grandchildren. Her building doesn't have the same cladding as Grenfell, but still she needs a special certificate to prove to potential buyers that it's safe. An EWS1 form can cost up to £3,000 and you're not guaranteed to pass. Even if it does, lenders might still refuse to give a mortgage.
I would be quite prepared to pay £3,000 if I was guaranteed a sale, but you're not. So why am I going to bother doing that? It's soul destroying. Every night I'm looking at properties that come up in the market and I go, well, I can't go for that because I can't sell. So I'm watching all these properties that are going that I could afford and I can't do nothing. I can hear you. Would you like to talk to me?
At this point, our interview was interrupted by another owner, worried publicity could compromise his property.
Look,
what?
you know, people are very upset because of the lies. It's said in the Times. It's said in the Times that these flats couldn't be sold unless the cladding was removed. Look, if you want to sell your flat, why don't you just get an EWS1 form?
I'll pay the £3,000.
Well, as you can see, the tension between owners who are concerned about cladding and want to sell and owners who don't want their buildings tainted is palpable. And what is not helping the situation is the lack of understanding on the issue. The Scottish Government says owners shouldn't bear the brunt, but most developers don't want to pick up the cheque, saying they've followed standards as they were at the time of construction. The Scottish Government have nearly £100 million to help flat owners. When are you going to spend it?
I'm not going to speculate in timescales. And while many folk may want to see a fast resolution may be no resolution at all for many people. My main aim is to help as many folk as we possibly can and to ensure that the other actors in all of this, put their hands in their pockets.
Talks will continue, but for now, there's no outright solution in sight. And in the meantime, thousands of owners are balancing fears for their safety and their wallets.
And you can see Brandon's full report on Scotland Tonight at 7:30 this evening.